My name is Sophia, and I've been carrying around a secret since my best friend's wedding last week. It's one of those situations where I keep replaying it in my head, wondering if I should speak up, wondering if staying silent makes me complicit somehow, and at the same time, afraid of what might happen if I tell the truth. The wedding itself was beautiful. It was a destination wedding, held in a small, family-owned hotel in southern Italy. The air was warm, the dinner tables were draped in white linens, and the lights strung across the courtyard made everything feel magical. I was the maid of honor, and watching my best friend walk down the aisle was one of the most emotional moments of my life. She looked radiant, and her new husband couldn't take his eyes off her. I felt proud, honored, and full of love for both of them. During dinner, I was seated next to one of the groom's friends. At first, he seemed nice enough, well-spoken, asking questions, making conversation. He asked about my friendship with the bride, about how long we had known each other, and even a little about my own life. I thought he was just being polite, but in hindsight, I can see how he may have been trying to get closer to me. Something about the way he leaned in when he spoke, or how he lingered on details that didn't really need follow-up, set off a quiet alarm in my gut. Eventually, I found myself avoiding him, excusing myself to talk to others and focusing on the festivities instead. By 2 a.m., the party was winding down. The bride and groom were glowing with happiness, slightly tipsy but blissfully in love. I helped them pack their gifts and hugged them goodnight. I was lucky enough to have a solo room. Many guests were sharing, and I was grateful for a space of my own. By 2:30, I was in front of the mirror, removing my makeup, tired but content. Then there was a knock. At that hour, I assumed it could only be my friend or her new husband, maybe needing help with something. After all, this was a tiny hotel, and all of us staying there were either family or close friends. I didn't hesitate when I opened the door. And there he was, the groom's friend, the same one from dinner. He leaned against the doorframe casually, but his words sent a cold rush through me. He asked if he could sleep in my bed. At first, I thought he was joking, so I asked why. He dodged the question. I asked again, and he said he couldn't sleep in his own room. But then he added, "Don't worry, I won't try anything." That was the moment my stomach dropped. If you truly had pure intentions, why would you need to say that? I felt fear and disgust rise at the same time. My instincts screamed at me, and I slammed the door in his face without another word. My heart pounded in my chest for minutes afterward, and I barely slept the rest of the night, replaying the scene again and again. The next morning was somehow worse. At breakfast, the only empty seat left was beside him. I sat down stiffly, bracing myself, but he didn't say a single word. No apology, no acknowledgement, just silence, as if nothing had happened. Part of me was relieved, part of me even angrier. He got to act normal while I sat there feeling sick with what he tried. I didn't say anything to the bride or groom. It was their wedding night, their first morning as husband and wife, and the last thing I wanted was to taint that joy with something ugly. So I swallowed it, kept it inside, and went through the motions. But now that I'm home, the weight of it feels heavier. Should I tell her? Should I wait until after the honeymoon? Or should I bury it forever and spare her the pain? I know my best friend. She would be disgusted, furious, shaken. But she can't exactly erase her husband's friend from existence. And her new husband? I can't predict his reaction. Maybe he'd laugh it off, make excuses.
Or maybe he'd explode in anger and feel betrayed by his so-called friend. The truth is, I'll probably never see this man again. The friendship circles don't overlap much, and our lives are separate. But the thought of him getting away with it gnaws at me. He thought he could show up at a woman's door in the middle of the night, pressure his way in, and then walk away without consequences. That disgusts me. That makes me feel complicit if I stay silent. I keep going back and forth. Protect the happiness of my friend or tell her the truth and risk everything between us. Either way, there's no perfect answer. All I know is that his knock on my door is still echoing in my mind, and I don't know how much longer I can keep this secret.